I'm going to go a little woo-woo here and say that you probably already have a brand, even though no one else knows about it, you know about it. So it really starts with the way that you think about yourself, right? The way that you see yourself. The first chapter in the book is titled, Who Do You Have to Become in Order to Serve the People You Want to Serve? So if your inner game is, well, I don't have anybody, or I'm not really good at this, or I don't have any experience, that may be factually true, but think about the way that you're talking about yourself. Think about the way that what you're saying to yourself about who you think you are. Start there, but beyond that, on a very practical level, if people don't know who you are, there's a lot that can be said even without saying anything. I think it was in 2012, Jeff Bezos said this, that someone asked him about branding, and he threw out some definition there, and he said, well, branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And I like that. Now I would update that to say, branding is what people say about you before you even get in the room. And if they don't know who you are and they don't have anything to say, you're basically invisible. And you can have a brand without ever stepping foot on a stage. You can have a reputation. I mean, you and I did this. Nobody knew who we were before we got these paid speaking gigs, and yet they knew who we were. They didn't know what our keynote said, but they knew who we were. We were building relationships. We were trying to get gigs. We were leveraging our connections. We were presenting ourselves a certain way in an intentional way. So when you start from zero, you really start with, you do this a lot as well. I do this with my clients. What's your point of view on a subject? What's your point of view on yourself? And those are three questions. There are three questions that I ask people. What ticks you off? What breaks your heart? What's the big problem you're trying to solve? That has almost nothing to do right now with what you're saying on stage if you don't have gigs yet, but it's the message that you can lead with when you start pitching to get opportunities and to open doors.